Hi guys, this is Geraldine Ralph, also known as the Daycare Diva, and I am going to take you on a tour of my daycare to show you some of the things that I have done to switch up my program in order to create a safer space, a cleaner space for the children during the coronavirus. If you saw my video the other day, I took you on a tour of what it looked like before there were a lot more toys out and the kids had access to a lot more things. Now we've really toned down the number of toys that are in the classroom. Today's our first day putting all the new protocols in place, and I'm just trying it out and looking to see what I'm going to change and what I'm going to adapt. So for now, the kids are upstairs sleeping. I'm going to take you on a tour up there. Right by my back door, I have some Clorox wipes available for families whenever they come in or out. If they feel like they want to, if somebody sneezes or whatever, or they're worried about anything and they feel like they need to swipe anything down with the Clorox wipe, it's available for them right there. Or for myself, if I'm, if I'm handling any sort of bodily fluids with the children, or if anybody, sometimes they spit, they just go, they'll be silly and like, whatever. So if I need to wipe anything down, I have the Clorox wipes right there available for me, and I can wipe anything down that needs to be wiped down. I also put hand sanitizer. I have a little sign-in spot, and there's a drawer. So it's out of the children's reach where the adults can get at it if they feel like they need to use hand sanitizer. I'm not going to use hand sanitizer on the children right now just because I know we're really going to be washing our hands a lot, and the odds of their little sensitive skin getting cracked is going to be pretty high, and then we're going to have a whole nother issue on our hands. So we're going to be washing our hands, and I have some lotion available for the children here. One of the things that I'm doing is really like practicing showing the children how to wash their hands properly. So basically I'm just showing them to do backs and fronts and in between, and then while we are washing our hands, we're singing the ABCs. So my kids are I have kids that are between the ages of 1 and 4. So the 4-year-olds, I have a feeling at some point in the not too distant future, I'll be able to let them go in there and trust them to be washing their hands properly. Because as you can imagine, it takes a lot of time to do that with each one of the children, but health and safety are most important in my book. So we're washing our hands very regularly, obviously before and after we eat. And as soon as the children come in, they're gonna wash their hands. If they bring any toys from home, they have to be toys that I can wipe down with the Clorox wipe. And then before they leave, same process. They're going to be washing their toys and washing their hands before they leave. Another thing that we have are these little bins for the kids. So after they're done washing their hands, I created these little bins. This one has a smiley face on it. These are all of our clean towels. All I did was take a couple of old towels and cut them up. I always have rags on hand anyways. And my thing is, I would just like to put less trash in the environment, because I already know we're going to be cleaning a lot more. And so instead of using paper towels, I'd rather use that. Plus it's really hard to find paper towels right now. And then we have these. This one has a sad face on it because it's dirty. So I'm putting that by the back door and just working on teaching the children that new process for washing our hands now. And then when they come outside, I'll take you on a tour of our program. We've really cut down on the number of toys and things that are available to the children. The children have their own pillows, which I will show you. And their pillows have pillowcases on them, so we're going to be washing these pillows. They have their own little pillowcase there. So we're going to be washing those daily, and I'm also going to be washing the hand towels daily. And then another thing that I've done with the kids is so with my families, I always keep snowsuits on hand for the families here. I just keep one-piece snowsuits on hand, and then I always keep gloves on hand and hats on hand. So parents aren't having to drag all that stuff back and forth. And previously, we just would have a bin where we could put all the gloves and hats in. My kids, knock on wood, there's only 6 of them, very close groups, so we haven't had any issue with like really having to closely monitor the gloves as much. But now what I'm doing instead is putting their hat and their gloves inside their snowsuit, so they have the same snowsuit every day, the same hats and gloves, so that we're not having one child put their hands in a pair of gloves and then share the same pair of gloves with another child a different day. So I'm hoping that just being outside as much as we can be, getting all the fresh air, wearing gloves, touching less things is going to really help protect the children with the spread of everything. And I mean, as you know, like getting it is a very high likelihood that you're going to be okay, but we just don't want anybody to get it. If we can help that in our program, or at least cut down on the amount of exposure that the children have. Another thing I'm doing is I always did these trays for the kids anyways, but now I used to have a lot more choices available for them. Now we're kind of slimming the choices down just to make it easier to clean and disinfect the toys. So the kids have trays and they'll have like these manipulatives out, and we use these for different kinds of activities. So that's going to be available, and I will take you on a tour now so you can see what our room looks like, how it looks differently. So we have this area over here. As you can see, there are a lot less toys available for the children, and more of our toys are kind of like this horse here. We can just spritz it down with some sanitizer at the end of the day. Over here, as you can see, we have a much smaller selection of toys, and I'll show you my cleaning process for toys probably tomorrow because we already have this video going here today. Over here on the light table, we move this out here. The children have some toys, so I'm going to put out different things available for them for the week, and then at the end of the day we'll clean those. We really cut down on the numbers of trucks and cars available, so it's easier to keep everything clean. And then over here we have this shelf full of toys. So all the toys that are on this shelf, the kids know that they're not allowed to take out. So these are kind of like, these would be like one of my toy libraries. So the toy library is basically like, if you want to take a toy out of there, you have to ask first, and then that way I'll know which ones have been exposed to the children. And this room used to be our preschool room, but now we're going to use it as a toy storage space. So this is kind of like a toy library too. And then I will have all these things available for the children upon request, and then we'll be rotating toys out. So we're going to spend a lot more time outdoors in the next couple of months. This whole thing is going to last a few months, so it's going to change the way we do things here on a daily basis. So, oh, and also behind me, I have an air purifier. I've had that out before, but we haven't, knock on wood, haven't had as many issues with illnesses and sicknesses lately because my kids are older, and so they're not really putting as many toys in their mouth, which is a really great thing. This is another thing we're doing too. And this I've done before, but I haven't needed to do it as much because, like I said, I don't have any oral children. These are just any toys that I notice anybody getting any bodily fluids on. Those go right there in that container right away, and then that way they're pulled out of rotation, so the children aren't even exposed to them. So those are some of the things that I'm doing with my kids. If you are a home daycare provider and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm worried about my own personal health. I'm worried about the health and safety of the children. The families are worried. Everybody's worried. I would say, you know, I've been doing this for over 20 years. Never have we had a pandemic like this, but we have had lots of different kinds of illnesses float through early childhood programs like RSV and other kinds of flus and regular colds, stomach flus, all those kinds of things. Generally speaking, when we adhere to this sick policy, this is usually the cleanup process that I'm showing you right now is usually the cleanup process I do after one of my children has become ill in my program, or if there's something floating around, you know, then we kind of cut back toys and all of that. This is something we're going to be doing ongoing for as long as we need to until this whole situation is cleared up, which obviously they're saying it's going to be a couple months. So this is going to be the new way of life in our early childhood program. If you have any questions about cleaning practices, I'm going to make a couple different kinds of cleaning solutions to show you in early the things that I've learned, because I've worked with a lot of different groups of children, and when you're in a corporate situation, there's so many kids going through the program that they really have to have like a pretty stringent cleaning process, even more than a home daycare provider. So I'm implementing a lot of those things that I've learned from working in other larger programs or other public programs where it's not as small of a program. So I hope that you all stay healthy and safe. And if you have any questions, or if you are one of my clients and you're like wondering, you know, what we're going to do about different things, ask me questions. I love to answer questions. If you would like more content like this, click like below and comment, share it with anybody who's at home daycare provider. I'm also going to be posting all kinds of different activities for the children if you're looking for something to do with your littles while you're trapped at home. So I hope that you all stay safe. Have a great day.